Well, hello everyone. This is Lawrence. It's been about almost going on 3 weeks since I posted my last videos on thrift store compact music disc finds. And excuse me, I hope some of you got a chance to see that one. And I've been meaning to get another one out very soon, but because of projects around the house, particularly with my kitchen renovation, that has been keeping me very busy. And when I do get a little time, I just a little tired. I just don't feel the inspiration. But now I do, and so this will be another video on thrift store compact disc music finds. Okay, I got a stack of them here, but before I get into those, I want to show you this really cool thrift store purchase. Okay, uh, it's a Bose docking system. Okay, and you press that in, and you can dock your what used to be the iPod, the those devices, the I guess they called iPods, but they went off the market, and now phones kind of taken over. But I've seen these before, but this is actually a newer version that came on the market in a little time. Um, the the first ones did not have an audio jack in the back, and you could see I need to clean this up to give it a good shine and bath. But this one does have it right there, and which is very appealing because before you could just the iPod put it in there, but you couldn't connect anything else. So this little jack changed everything, and it has a touch tone volume control here, and this is a battery pack right in the back where I could disconnect the house current cord and take it to the beach and places like that, picnics and such. Let me put this back in here and play. It has tremendous, great sound for miniature, and good bass and everything. It even has a back here we control it where it's a bass comes out. As you can see, I need to really clean this. I got it for $13. This is very cool, and I could plug my turntable because my turntable plugs into a preamp, and it has a headphone jack, so I can plug my turntable into it. So if I don't feel like firing up the Newcastle, I could have good miniature sound. And what I also did was my chair right here where I spent. Um, this is basically my office, but I placed a CD player right here. So when I buy a bunch of CDs from the thrift store, this CD player is a five disc changer. So it's a drawer CD, which when the drawer open, you could place five CDs in there and listen to them. So I would connect this to the Bose docking system, which I keep up there, and uh, plug it in. This has a photo jack and a volume control right here. I wish I could show you better, but and then tap it into the Bose docking system, and I can sit right here, load some CDs in, listen, volume control right here, and just sample everything I've purchased at the thrift store. So I'm getting really good high quality miniature sound without firing up the entire system. Okay, so very happy to have that. Let's look at some recent, thrift store compact disc purchases. And I may have showed some of these on previous videos, and they got back in the collection. Uh, we're we're at 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep this video, you know, less than 15 minutes. Ry Cooter, I floated. He has a really cool sense of humor to his music, and you could see by this cover, and I'll put my glasses on. Some of the songs are about the um, invention of the cars, and the booklet right here. You can see an illustration of a motor and the spark plugs, and right there. So this is very cool. Um, I've got a number of Ry Cooter CDs, and I always enjoyed his music. Uh, Box sets. Sometimes a box set will get loose when it's donated to the thrift stores, okay? Or somebody will, donate a box set, but will only have 2 CDs from it. And this is the case with this one here. This was part of a box set for Jeff Beck, who we lost recently, and this is the first disc of that box set. And so that box set, the CDs in it got scattered, and I come across the first CD of the box set, Beckology, Volume 1. And I'm glad I ran across Volume 1 because a lot of this is like the British blues, and it's tremendous, and there's Yardbird stuff in there and all that. I'm not a expert on Jeff Beck, and he wasn't one of my favorites guitarists, but when I hear him, I really respect his work, his talent, his skills, and I've got a number of his albums and some stuff on CD, and add this one to it. So this is the first disc for the Jeff Beck's box set. I think I've showed this one on a previous video. This is a Devo album, and I'm trying to think of this isn't the big one album with Whip It, but it's like a follow up, but it's pretty good. Brian Wilson finally went on his own and released his solo album, Back to the Smile Project, and this is I don't know, released in the early 2000s. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. And I absolutely love Moody Blues music, and I've got their official box set along with a few other things, so have added this to the collection as well. A group that got very popular in recent years, but I never really got heavy into, and I think their music is okay. I mean, it's great, but it just doesn't sink in with me. But this is Mumford and Sons. They're no more sign no more album, okay, and they're in front of a storefront, acting as the merchandise by being on display there. Another group had a huge, big radio song, and the title of the song is actually the name of the group, Big Country, and the big song was In a Big Country. And I'm just starting to really get into them, okay? And so I got the best of Big Country. I've never owned this on vinyl or CD until now. And this is the Who's, I think, their third rock opera, Quantifinia, okay? And two CD set, an earlier CD release. And I'm not quite as big of a fan of their rock operas because, as opposed to just traditional album instead of a body of work, uh, you really have to give it your attention. I love the Who by Numbers and Who's Next, and even their last studio album called Who. Um, Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend produced a couple of years. It's been about 3 years or so ago. But I finally gave this a listen to all the way through the weekend, and it's nothing I would put on to listen to its entirety. I like certain songs, although the entire rock opera is fantastic, but it takes the commitment to really just sit down and listen to it. Uh, Reissue of Rhino Records of the Ramones' first album. I think that this is the first or second. The Ramones with one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight bonus tracks. Okay, demos, single version, but all demos. And I absolutely love the Ramones back in the day. I still love them now. Uh, REM Collapse Into Now, which is the last studio album. I actually have two copies of this. One that's open, I've played, but this one um, is still wrapped up with the Borders price sticker on it. Of course, Borders is a defunct bookstore that no longer exists, but I decided just to keep this wrapped up with the sticker on there as sort of like a timepiece. And you got the promotional sticker right here, and I'm going to take off this thrift store price and just keep it as a memento of that time period when it came out, an unopened copy. Uh, Elvis Presley, Amazing Grace, okay? While Elvis was one of the greatest rock and roll singers ever, he was also a tremendous singer of gospel music. And he absolutely loved gospel. I mean, I think that was to his heart. I put it this way, you know, when you hear Elvis sing rock and roll and ballads and all that traditional pop stuff, you know he's putting everything into it. But when you hear him sing gospel, he's really putting his heart into it. Okay, and this is RCA collection, 2 CDs, along with very nice booklet. And take a look at that picture right there. That is amazing. That is amazing. So, a very good detailed text of his gospel recordings there of the side of Elvis. 2 CDs. Okay. Another Elvis, later years. This came, I think this is like 1970, 71 too. Elvis on stage. This is actually a really good performance. He had um, whipped up a good band, and James Burton, who played guitar for Ricky Nelson, is part of his band. This is really good, and it has CZ, oh CZ Rider, Release Me. Elvis was kind of incorporating some of the more modern songs of the day, like Neil Diamond's "Sweet Carolina," Polk Sally Ann, "Yesterday," and "Hey Jude." Interesting. "Proud Mary," of course, "In the Ghetto," the "Kentucky Rain," some of his later day hits. Of course, "Suspicious Mind." So he incorporating some of the more modern songs and his the hits he was having in the late 60s, early 70s. I'm going to show a few more and maybe do another video. I want to keep this video short. I'll show this one. While I had all of these songs on other CDs, it's nice to have them all together. And the Essential Elvis Presley 2 CD set, 40 songs. And anytime I see the Essential series of any artist, I always buy it. So we're going to put a bookmark here, and I'll do part 2 so we could take a break, and this video doesn't drawn out, past 20 minutes. So I'm going to pause the camera, cut it off, and come back with part 2. See you on the other side.